Go. Do we need to be unified in order to get something done for Yahweh?
It's the only way to get it done.
Oh, it is?
You're not going to get it done if you're not.
How do we go about that?
Well, first we have to be unified with Christ.
Mhm.
And if everybody is unified in Him, then we can come together in whatever we are trying to accomplish and do it unified.
So if we're not unified, we're not going to be able to accomplish much.
No, not. You're going to spend more time arguing than
Getting something
getting
done.
something done, I believe.
Well, go ahead and read Psalm 133.
We're going to start then with Psalm 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard. Now, this is King James, they say ointment, but it's oil, the anointing oil, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessings, even life, forevermore.
So the anointing oil they put on his head, but it runs all the way down to the bottom of his skirt, they called it?
Yes, that's what I call it in King
So
James.
he had a breastplate on with the 12 different stones which signified each tribe, each of the 12 tribes. And this oil saturates these stones too. And I heard a sermon today where the preacher said, that the pouring of the oil on the priest was the unifying factor with the tribes dwelling together, working in one accord, in unity. Let's see, unity. Unity, the Hebrew word is Yachad. With one accord of one mind. The Strong's number is 3661. The word is homo thumadon. From homo equals one and the same, unison, like homogenized milk. Thumos means temperament, emotion of the mind, the principle of life, feeling, and thought. So, and is an adverb which denotes the unity of a group and means with the same emotion, passion, and one persuasion. So everything working together in unison. And James has got
Oh, the Hebrew word for it is Yachad.
unity. The one I gave you was in one accord, the Hebrew.
And one of the Israelites understood that their covenant relationship with God required them to live in unity with one another, reflecting God's oneness.
Right.
So by working together and reflecting God's oneness, we can be one. But if we don't do it with through Christ, we're not going to be able to have that oneness.
It's based on us as individuals spending that quiet time with Yeshua in prayer, meditation, and Bible study, even combination Bible study or a study alone. You have to have your own relationship before you can come together with other people in a relationship.
Yeah, that's good.
If you're lacking in your own, it's going to cause a disruption there.
Yeah, if you can't have a relationship with the Lord, then how are you going to have a relationship with other people? That's harder because the Lord is waiting for you to have a relationship with Him. He wants that relationship.
But in order to accomplish anything, in the book of Acts it says they were in one accord, one mind, one relationship, passion to serve Yahweh, Yeshua, and lead other people. They had to be in union to lead other people to Christ. So, I think we need to go to, you got John 17.
I think I marked it here. What is it you want to read from? Not the
Well,
whole
that
thing.
one that you did last.
Okay,
Somewhere there.
okay, now I'm in John 17, verse 21. That they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one.
So we should be one as the Father and the Son are one. And we should be one with the Father and the Son, which then makes us one with one another. So it all works together. So to accomplish anything, this is the type of relationship you need to have. The next thing I wanted to touch on was the book of Esther. Is Esther and her cousin, I believe they're cousins. Some people say he was her uncle, but I think they were actually cousins. But beside that fact, they worked together in unison. There was no, you can't have unison and have pride. You can't think, I can do this on my own. I can pick myself up by my own bootstraps and blah, blah, blah. She understood a relationship with Yahweh. She understood what fasting was. There's some people in churches today don't even understand fasting. This is an important thing to know about. If you're a student of the Word, then you would have to know about fasting. You'd have to know the power that is available to you through fasting. It's not your power, it's His, but it works through you. I got people always try to say yeah, try to correct me on that. So anyway, the Jews are threatened. Most people, probably everyone watching now, knows about the book of Esther. But the Jews are threatened. Mordecai refuses to bow down to anybody but Yahweh. And this guy Haman's a power-hungry dude, full of pride. And he comes to the city gate, and Mordecai refuses to bow down. So now he's got an attitude against the Jews.
Yeah, he's actually a type of Antichrist. You can actually go take it that far.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I forgot about that. So now he's devised a plan that he approaches the king and gets him to put a signet ring in there and to annihilate the Jews because he's got them convinced they're enemies of the kingdom, which Nero did that. What's his name? The idiot. In World War II. Killed 6 million Jews.
Oh, Hitler?
Yeah. He did the same thing. So, but anyway, Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, and Haman was full of wrath. But he goes to Esther, who is made queen. This it said that everyone that met Esther, they, she had an impact on them. They admired her. Everybody that met her. She must have had a humility, even though she was the most beautiful woman, she had a special humility about her.
A relationship with Christ.
Yeah, well, she got along with the guy that told her to beautify her with the treatments and everything. He admired her. Everybody admired her. Even the king said he loved her more than all the other women and made her queen. She must have been some special woman. But she had a relationship with Yahweh that made her what she was. And when Mordecai approached her and said, such a time as this, you need to approach the king so the Jews are not annihilated, she's ready to go through with the plan, even though she's got to risk her life. And she knows about fasting. She implements fasting with her maids and the people and the Jews to fast for 3 days so she can approach the king without getting killed. Because with this new edict, because previous wife, she didn't want to do what he wanted. So, but with this new edict, you had to, he had to touch you with the scepter before you could come in his presence. And she waits this 3 days and everything before she even approached. She knew how to time everything. She knew how to fast. She knew how to pray. She had a relationship with Yahweh, which made her relationship with her maids and Mordecai strong, in unity, perfect unity. And when he asked her, she was ready to go along with the plan. There was no holding back or, why should I do this? I'm queen. Why should I care about anybody else?
Yeah, risking her life. For
Yeah,
other
right,
people.
risking her life. And she's a queen. She got it made. This is the rich in Shushan. This is. I was reading it. It's like a is it a winter? It's a winter place where it's warm. Anyway, it's Shushan was there. It's like a summer retreat. But anyway, she goes right along with Mordecai's plan. They're in unity with one another. Two cousins from Jerusalem that have been deported, and they're ready to work together to save the Jews. They had perfect unity, and because of her submissive nature. You have to have a submissive nature to be a Christian. You got to be submissive to God's plan for your life. You got to strip off all this stuff. You can't be loving nothing but Him.
If you're not submissive, you're working out of pride.
Yeah, right. It's like, well, my friend told me one time, this pastor or prophet or whoever wanted to offer to cast out the demons out of this woman. And she said, well, can I just keep this one? You know what I'm saying? What she liked particularly. You get what I'm saying? But you got to be perfectly submitted. In the song that I'm learning, Blessed Assurance, one of the lines is, perfect submission, perfect delight. You can't delight yourself in the Lord without perfect submission. You got to be completely sold out to Christ in order to receive the blessings of Christ. You can't be holding back anything. So anyway, now there's this Feast of Purim that they celebrate because the Jews had complete deliverance. She talks to the king, invites him to a banquet. Haman's invited, and then the king sees, the king goes out because he gets mad because she says Haman's out to kill the Jews, and she's a Jew, and the king gets frustrated and goes out. He comes back in, and Haman's down there pleading for his life. He says, is he even going to, try to molest her while I'm here? And then they say, well, there's the gallows that Haman had for Mordecai, 70 feet high. And then the king said, well, hang him on it. And it's over. And they were able to get permission from the king to fight against their enemies. And now this feast goes on every year ever since. Purim. And they celebrate this release, recovery from. They could have been totally annihilated. Unity. We want unity. It's so important. It's one of the main ingredients, one thing we really need if we're going to accomplish anything, even right here in Mayfield. So I'm going to end it there.
Sounds like a good place.
Yeah. God bless you for watching. We love you.
Thank you all.